Hi everyone, and welcome to the Aries May 2022 Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, a place for you to better connect with and illuminate your own personal spiritual importance. So hi everyone and welcome. This reading, I know it's a little late. You are last but definitely not least, Aries. We are going to be taking a look at the energy you're bringing to May, what's going on in your external environment, and then a challenge that Spirit is asking you to face and overcome to unlock something about your unique self so that you can better understand your personal path and purpose and why you're here as an individual. All right, so Aries, let's take a look. Let's see what you're bringing to the month of May here. What are my Aries sitting with for the month of May? I hope you all had a great Aries season coming out of your birthday months. I know the transition into Taurus always feels, I think, a little rough. We go from this really deep, like, this is who I am, let's get stuff done, and then we have to slow down as we move into Taurus energy. And I actually enjoy Taurus season because I am a sun sign Taurus, but even I feel that little bit of that slowdown, and I tend to really like to move and get things done. So it's that reminder of we need the balance between the two. I hope you're dealing with it okay. All right, so let's go ahead here, see what's going on in our external environment. All right, so interesting. Okay. I'm just going to say right off the bat, Aries, this is going to be a month that's really going to allow you to see an aspect of a part of your life right now where you felt kind of trapped, where you couldn't see a way out or around. Now, you're bringing in some beautiful energy into the month of May. This is the Six of Wands and the Ten of Cups. This is an energy of being triumphant, feeling triumphant and connecting to a big heart's fulfillment or dream or wish fulfillment for yourself. It's an energy that really speaks to the beauty of understanding two sides to this, understanding how long it can take, the journey that it takes to get to the Ten of Cups, that happy family card, that ultimate kind of getting a chance to touch heaven on earth for yourself, and understanding that journey of how long it takes to get there, because that's really what the Six of Wands represents, is you being celebrated by others for the journey you've taken. This is like the homecoming hero. And I think for some of you, you're realizing, wow, I've been on this journey and I understand what needs to be done for me to feel this connection to the Ten of Cups. Now, in the external environment, it's actually a great month for you, Aries, to really start to, I think, dig deep and be able to have an eye for what you want to build for yourself in the physical, because we have the Three of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the King of Cups. Now, I'm going to say for some of you, you may be connecting with a Scorpio. The King of Cups does represent scorpionic energy, but this could also actually represent as well the ability to really connect from a place of emotional stability. That's what the King of Cups brings in. The King of Cups is the spiritual advisor. He is one who understands the depths of his emotions and taking action from that place, but also not kind of going too far to one side or too far to another. He's going to really stay the course, so to speak, when he is feeling his emotions and feeling into things. He's not going to just go, oh my gosh, I'm so upset, and like run away from what he's building. He's going to stay the course because he's connected to, he has connected himself to the Ten of Cups. Now, the Three of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles is beautiful. This is building towards a legacy for yourself. This is building towards a large physical manifestation. And it's also choosing who you want to build that with. You know, we never are an island in our experience. We always have other people around us that we have to bring into the equation. And like I've said before in other videos, when you think about trying to build a building or any type of structure, It's very difficult. I mean, imagine if just one person had the entire task of building the entire building from design concept all the way to opening day where you could open the doors and people can go inside. It would take a lot longer to happen and probably not be done as well, because that one person might not be skilled in all the aspects that have to come together to build that physical manifestation. So that's why it's easier to bring in other people to help that manifestation come about in a much better, stronger, and more efficient way. And I think for some of you, there is this possibility of connecting this month with not only the energy of emotional stability, but really connecting with the ability to clarify your vision and find people that you want to work with to manifest this vision for yourself, this physical manifestation that you want. And that physical manifestation is based on you wanting your reconnection to a big, important heart's dream or wish fulfillment. And it's interesting, Aries, as I'm just thinking back to some of the other readings I've done for you, this definitely does tie back that you've been kind of connecting with this Ten of Cups energy for the past few months. And I think now you're finally getting that chance to realize that there's something in your life that needs to change for you to be able to connect the Ten of Cups with the Ten of Pentacles. What does that mean? That means that you're connecting what you want to feel emotionally, what you know in your heart of hearts you want for yourself, but being able to actually start the process of manifesting that out here and understanding that the two are integrally linked. We can't just kind of keep building without that tie back to what we want to feel for ourselves. And I think you're getting to this place of really that up until this point, there's been a little bit of this Ten of Swords energy here where you felt trapped. You felt like you couldn't see a way to get here. And you're being asked to go into your emotions, to bring them forward through this King of Cups energy, and realize you have to combine both. You have to combine deep, measured emotion with the vision and allow yourself to be vulnerable to commit with others to making that happen. Okay, so we're going to take a look here, Aries, at what's your challenge? What is the challenge here? What are you needing to kind of face to help you see the way out, to help you see how you can connect this big dream for yourself out in the external environment here? Okay, so we have the High Priestess, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Empress. Two very heavy-hitting, the High Priestess and the Empress, two very heavy-hitting feminine energies. It doesn't mean that if you're a man that this is, or you have you identify as more masculine, that you can't tap into feminine energies. This is really a month where you are being asked to go deep, really get into that intuitive part of yourself, and I think recognize your own ability, that confidence in yourself to create for yourself what you want. So let's go into the cards. The last two cards here, we have the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups in this deck, and then we have the Six of Pentacles, which is beautiful. So with the High Priestess is your initial challenge point here. And the High Priestess is kind of that card of when you know you know. It's that card of going in and understanding that when we are kind of waffling between two decisions, that ultimately when we just sit quietly with ourselves, we know what we've selected. We know what we want. We know ultimately what's in our best interest. And we also understand too that all the answers within lie within. That we sometimes are looking to our external environment to guide the way, or looking for something in our external environment to fulfill a need within ourselves. And we realize, no, all of that is within us. We have the book of knowledge within us and we can connect to that at any time. But this is that element of you know what you want. You know what you want to feel ultimately fulfilled. You know what you want for yourself. You've glimpsed it, you felt it. And where this can become a block is when we are deciding, especially with the Nine of Pentacles coming up over here, that there's this fear I'm getting around not, let's see, how can I explain this? There's a fear around trusting yourself, a fear around trusting this dream for yourself, and a fear that somehow it's going to, in following this fear, or in following this dream and looking to connect it with out here, that it may disrupt a level of independence or stability that you have. With the Nine of Pentacles, this is a beautiful card of really being in a place of independent, especially financial security, and having a lot to sit with and enjoy. But this can also be where we get stuck in a comfort zone, where we get stuck in this place of understanding that there's a 10 of Pentacles out here waiting, and we're stuck at the 9 of Pentacles, meaning that, yeah, maybe we have achieved a level of independence for ourselves or a level of financial comfort or stability. But there's something deep within you that you know there needs to be more. This is when we can kind of sit in this like disconnected energy of like, I know every day this isn't what I really wanted for myself, but I'm just going to stick it out because it's easy, because it's comfortable, because it's what I know. And what Spirit's asking you to kind of break through and really adopt the energy of the Empress. So this is at the heart of your reading. And the Empress is understanding. So we go from the High Priestess, number 2 in the tarot, to the number 3, the Empress. And this is when we understand that we don't just get stuck in the knowing. We actually have to then move one step further, and we learn the lesson of, from this deep place of wisdom and knowledge, we have to create it. We get to create what we deeply know we need to do. And that's the Empress. That is that understanding that we have the ability to create for ourselves what we want. And it is a feminine energy, meaning that it's highly receptive, that she gets a chance to take in from her environment and then give birth to what she wants in the physical. It's a highly fertile, highly, in this reading, almost a lucky card to come up. It's saying you have the capacity to literally give birth to what you're feeling out in the physical, but you have to trust yourself. You have to trust it, and you have to be willing to possibly leave a comfort zone. With the Page of Cups coming in after this is also beautiful energy combined with the Empress. The Page of Cups is reconnecting, or how I see it, is reconnecting with your inner child. This is connecting with that innocent, vulnerable, emotional place of just going out there and sharing what you love. Sharing from that vulnerable emotional place of, this is what I want to create. This is what I want to do. Do you want to join me on that quest? Do you want to see what I love? Do you want to see what I'm capable of? Because on the opposite or on the other side of that, we have the Six of Pentacles, and this is your final challenge point. And the Six of Pentacles is one where it's one of divine balance. It's where we realize that the energy we put in will be returned to us in some capacity. Even if it wasn't initially in that moment, there's always this seeking to balance things out in the physical. That's a part of it's a truth to our physical experience. And it also states that at any given time in our experience, we will be possibly on the receiving end of things, and on the other side, we could be on the giving end of things. Maybe we're in a better financial place at one point, and we're in a less stable financial place at another. But this states really that element of things will be balanced. So it's also a card of understanding you have enough. You have enough to go out and do something more with. But where this becomes a challenge too is when we kind of get a little complacent, where we're like, and it's interesting, I've only started to really see it in the last 2 months readings, starting to read this card a little differently than I have in the past. That is almost this feeling of, well, clinging to, I guess this is enough. I'm clinging to, I guess this is all I'm worth. I guess this is what I have, the person gave me this, and maybe deep within you, it's not really recognizing your true value, or you feel somewhere that maybe like, yeah, okay, I guess that little raise was enough, or I guess that person taking me out to dinner was enough, even though I was hoping for more. Even though in my heart of hearts, there's a part of myself that I know I could do more than that for somebody else. Or if I was in my shoes, I would be giving myself a major raise. And so it's almost like we get stuck in this place of like, well, I guess things are balanced. I guess that's fair. I guess I'm not worth as much as I thought, or I guess I'm okay with this. And that's when we realize, no, that's how we lose the dream. That's how we stay stuck in the 9 of Pentacles and never reach the 10 of Pentacles, which is something we build for ourselves, something we create for ourselves. And that's really what the Empress is saying here. It's not about waiting for another to recognize your value. It's about you going out to create it. And that's going to allow you to move through this, I can't see a way forward. I can't see how to do this. And this is saying, you know the way forward. The way will be presented as soon as you start to realize your true worth, what you're capable of doing. Okay, Aries. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull 3 additional cards here. The first card we're going to pull is for the concept of curiosity. So this is what Spirit's asking you to stay open and receptive to and optimistic around for the month of May, to really help you see something I think you wouldn't have already seen. Oh, I love this. Okay, so it's Magician and the Mirror. Number 53, breaking down to number 8, which is the number of personal empowerment. Now, the Magician and the Mirror speaks to a couple different things. There's a little bit of the temperance energy that comes through from the tarot, because he's holding what looks to be almost like fire and ice, or fire and water, and showing that, again, you can bring these two together and temper them into something new. It's what happens when we combine our emotions with the actions that we take, and there's a little bit of that coming through. But also where the Magician in the Mirror speaks to is it's what you're actually reflecting. So you may think that you are showing yourself in a specific way and hoping that it's going to be recognized, except that the people in your life are waiting for you to actually step up. They see your magic. They see what you're capable of. And it's almost like everybody's waiting for you to realize that yourself. And instead, you're looking in the mirror, not seeing your own magic, your own ability to create what you want, and you're just seeing that kind of fear projected when everybody else is actually seeing you as the magician. So where to stay open and curious to this month is really to understand, where are you limiting yourself through fear, and where perhaps by not owning your value, by not stepping up and saying, no, actually this is worth more. My time, my energy, my emotions, all of these things are worth more, and I'm going to start to show people the magic that I have. I'm going to start to demand that others reflect that back to me, whether through, giving me a raise, or through my significant other really being there for me on a deep emotional level and providing for my needs, or fill in the blank. That where are you not doing that, and where are you possibly limiting what you can do, what you feel free to do, because you're projecting this vision of yourself out there, and everybody else around you is saying, well, we don't get it. Why don't you just do it? Because we see your value. We see that you're the magician. Just go out there and do it. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull a card for the concept of courage. And this is where Spirit would like you to be courageous in taking action for the month of May. And every action we take is courageous. Whether it's as simple as the action to get up in the morning for some of us, that could be a major endeavor, or whether this is making that big decision to walk away from something, a job or a home environment or something along those lines. No decision we make is without an element of having courage behind it. Oh, I love this. It says, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. It says, let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. I love that. That is absolutely beautiful. So this is really speaking directly to the Empress. It's time for you to stop, I think, holding yourself up to an idea of value that maybe you once associated yourself with. Maybe years ago, before you had all of this real life experience in a specific career path, or back before you had the family and the 2 kids and all the things that went with it, or back when you were still in college, things like that, where you might have told yourself, well, this is what I'm worth. And now you're getting to this point of realizing, wait a second, I've come so much further from that. I really need to understand that I have to kind of adjust how I see my value and how I hold my external environment to reflecting that value back to me. And I think that this is all coming from, again, this success in understanding what you want for yourself, success in understanding the power of emotional connection, and really being able to bring that out into your external environment. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and pull a final card here for the concept of contemplation. And this is going to be where Spirit would like you to stay open and reflective to. Kind of the underlying message just to keep in mind throughout the entire month of May to kind of keep you on course. Let's go ahead and see here. Let's see, what does Aries need to know about where to stay reflective for the month of May? So Aries, this is going to be a powerful month for you if you really lean into the dream and you really steel yourself in a manner to make the changes needed that are going to free you from this kind of mental entrapment, to really understand your ability to build for yourself what you want in the physical. Oh, okay, so we have 2 cards here. We have Council of Light, it says Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. And then we have Imrama, Where are you being called to journey to? I like this card coming up because there is something around kind of that connection here with the 10 of Cups. There's something that you've hit on recently that it's almost like that aha moment of, oh my gosh, I'm admitting to myself what I want, and this is what I want. And it may require you, again, to start the journey towards something new. Start the journey towards moving someplace. Start the journey towards maybe for some of you starting your own business or creating a new vision of yourself out there and projecting that is now going to be receptive to a higher level of value. And with Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realm, there's an element here of almost like when this card comes up, I always feel it's like a divine timing card. That it's saying that things are coming into place this month and have been kind of leading up to this point because it's all divinely orchestrated. It's showing you that there's something now, there's a reason why you're here and having to kind of do the self-adjustment and tap back into your own creative abilities, because there is more for you now. Again, you might not have seen this before. When we grow as we continue down our journey and continue down our path, there's this element of sometimes our dream does change and expand and get bigger for ourselves. What we once thought with our limited experience and perspective that was going to be fulfilling and be our true dream, when we get a little further down our path, down the road, we get to this place and we realize, we turn the corner and we're like, oh my gosh, like there's a whole nother kingdom around this corner and I want to go there. This isn't all there is. And I think for some of you, that's what's happening this month, is like the realization of like, wow, I can do so much more. I didn't even understand that I could, but now I want a bigger manifestation out there. What I thought I was okay with, that was just enough, it isn't just enough anymore. And I'm gonna have to just realize that and kind of start fresh, start the vision again, start to build with a slightly different perspective, but do it from a place of deep emotional connection to what I want and who I am and how I want my needs to be fulfilled. That's a big one for you, Aries, is really tapping into taking a look at how everything in your life is fulfilling your needs. And that's going to allow you to really see, okay, where do I need to take action in creating for myself creating for myself ways that I can fulfill my needs, whether this is actually moving, whether this is leveling up in a job, whether this is bringing in a more emotionally supportive partner, whatever it is. There's something here where it's realizing the action has to come from you. It's not going to come externally to you. It's going to come internally from what you create, from the action steps you choose to take, and from what value you choose to own about yourself. It's a beautiful month where you can really liberate yourself from this kind of, again, mental entrapment. So, Aries, I'm going to leave you here. If you would like to view the extended for this reading, you can click on the Vimeo link in the description box below to view, where we are going to go in and pull more cards around what's going on right here. We are going to pull cards around the High Priestess, the Empress, the Six of Pentacles, a few of these cards down here, and then we'll pull cards for romantic love and to see what you can expect there, and then a final card for an overarching message around what this month is really here to teach you about your personal spiritual importance. All right. For those of you as well who don't already know, I have a spring special going on for my 1 hour I Am Illuminated reading. It is discounted through the end of May. And if I don't see you there at my website, or I don't see you in the extended, I wish you all a wonderfully empowering and liberating month of May, and I will see you for June's Illumination reading. Bye, Aries.